transform this part of East Falls. You know, no one ever thought it would take this long, but here we are. Over 20 years of effort, planning, design, redesign, redesign. There's so many people to thank for our ability to get here today. Probably too many to mention, but there's going to be a lot of thank yous in this speech. There's no exaggeration to say that what we're creating here is going to have a materially positive impact on this area. This site has been vacant for so long and an eyesore for so long, for too long, and that's all going to change, starting immediately. I want to thank and mention some of our partners involved with this project who've been involved for a very long time. Our newest partners, Timber Partners, just joined us. They've been a very big help. Pacific Western Bank, the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority has just been an amazing partner for us. East Falls Community Council also has been an amazing partner. East Falls Development Council, incredible. Morris Adjemi Associates, Stantec, been with us since the very beginning. Onion Flats has been just an amazing partner. And Harkins Builders. We're only able to be here today thanks to the help and support of those people and others. At this point, I'd like to invite the speakers to come up on the stage, our people who are going to be speaking.
Yeah.
Thank you. So as I mentioned, this process started with the acquisition of the property by the PRA over 20 years ago. The PRA did this for a lot of different reasons, but some of them involve traffic improvements, increasing the visibility of the site. We really have a lot to be thankful for because of the great people at the Redevelopment Authority. I'd like to introduce now Ann Fadullon, Director of Planning and Economic Development. Ann, you've been an incredible help. Thank you so much for your patience with us. And thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. What an amazing, gorgeous day, right? We've waited 20 years for today, so the sun had better be shining, okay? I want to thank everybody, honestly. It takes a village. I think, you just heard a laundry list of folks. We want to thank Method, the developer, for hanging in there and for their perseverance. We're really excited about where we are with this development. I think it's going to be a great asset to East Falls. 140 some new units, some commercial space, all of that within a stone's throw of the Wissahickon Transportation Center. We've got bus routes here. We obviously have a wonderful way to commute to work by our bicycles. And, I think, frankly, we knew this was coming, but over the last week, we've really learned our lesson that we need to start thinking about how we get to and from work, how we build our developments, all of that a different way. And I think this development really will set an example for that. I also want to thank all of the staff that I have the privilege to work with every day, from the Redevelopment Authority. Now a lot of them work for PHDC. The folks at the Planning Commission. It really takes a lot of people involved. I want to thank the die-hard support of the Councilman Jones, for hanging in there with us. And then lastly, and mostly, I want to thank the community. This has been a long time coming for the residents of East Falls. And you have hung in there with us and been patient along with us, and you have told us what you really wanted to see happen at this site. And I think this development team is going to deliver that, and we could not be more excited about this day. And we look forward to coming together several months from now and cutting that ribbon and walking in and seeing what we see here. So thank you all again for showing up, and take care, stay well, mask up, get vaccinated, let's take care of each other. Thank you.
Zoning, and I remember we were thrilled and excited to see it happen. And then there were delays, and it took time, So I'm so glad that you stuck with it, that the community stuck with it, and I echo what you said. I'm just waiting for the day that we can cut the ribbon and walk in and actually see this finished project. So my thanks to Bill, my thanks also to Todd Baleson and Hillary Langer, who Todd was running our zoning committee at the time this first came in front of it. Now Hillary runs zoning. It's really important. We really appreciate working with developers who work with the community and build something that the community really wants to see. We're just thrilled to have this happen, so thank you.
East Falls Development Corporation, you guys have been just an amazing help to us throughout this process. I mean, it's really great when business leaders in the community recognize good development and help other business people get their projects done. That's really what the East Falls Development Corporation has been doing. Guys, thank you so much. Heidi is here to give us a few words. Heidi Grunwald is the chairperson. But welcome.
Alright, I've been in East Falls 15 years. I know many of you have been here longer than I have, right? So the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. We've done our waiting and we are so ready for all the goodness going on in East Falls. So we want to thank the Grasso team first for hanging in there, right? Like PRA said, this has been incredible energy, tenacity to get where we are today. So thank you, David, and your whole team. I want to thank Councilman Jones, PRA, and the rest of the city entities who made this possible today for also hanging in there. We are so excited for this place right here, to activate this place, to catalyze this business district, to support the current businesses, to grow businesses we want to keep, and to attract new businesses. And I personally look forward to the day where I can sit on this mezzanine and have a coffee and lunch, and then drop my kayak in the river landing and come back for dinner. I mean, this is just going to be amazing. So thank you to everybody who's joined. I'm excited, as we all are. And again, thank you, David, and the Grasso team.
Thanks, Heidi. Before we get to our keynote speaker, Councilman Jones, I want to take a moment to thank a few more people. As I said, there's a lot of people to thank for this project. Any project that takes this long, a lot of people to thank. As I mentioned, from the community, in particular, Bill Epstein. Bill, you've been some incredible help. John Hawkins. John, thank you so much for all your help and assistance. From the government, Councilman Jones, your office has been super helpful from the beginning. I think we first met about this project maybe 6-7 years ago, and you offered me your support then. And I came back and I asked you for your support. You offered it again and again. You've been so helpful, notwithstanding the delays, and thank you so much. As I mentioned before, Ann Fadullon, Ann, thank you so much for your help and your patience with us. You've been a great partner for us. And the Redevelopment Authority and other people, Greg Heller. Greg, wouldn't happen without you, pal. Thank you so much. You've been great. I also want to mention Angel Rodriguez, Ryan Harmon, and Jesse Lawrence from the PRA, who've been involved in the project for a long time. I want to mention my partners at Methodco. My business partner, Randy Cook, has been a great partner, and thanks for your patience with this project too, Randy. My other people from Method who are here, I see you all. You've all been instrumental. Our growth as a company has been happening thanks to you, your hard work, and ours, but we appreciate you. Our partners and Simber Partners, our equity partner and joint venture partner. My family's here. I want to thank my parents, Michael and Jean Grasso, my sisters, Krista and Michelle, who are here. Thank you for coming. Thank you. They deserve it. All right. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of people to thank for this project, but if I missed you, just thank you anyway. Now, Councilman Jones, as I mentioned, you've been helpful from the beginning on this project. You know, not all elected officials are true leaders. This man is a leader. He leads his constituents. And that is the difference between a good legislator and a bad legislator, in my opinion. Leads his constituents into the future. And that's what Councilman Jones has been doing, in my opinion. We're so thankful to have him here. Thank you for coming.
Finally, I'm going to throw that dirt so far just to make sure I'm not dreaming that we finally are here. The Grasso family, I got a chance to meet your sisters and your mom. I knew your father when he invested in the heart of North Philly on Fox Street and saw the vision of having a mall there. He got flooded not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the third time I felt so bad for the Grasso family that I said, you are insured. He said, only partially. And we figured it out, and we got a $10 million infrastructure investment from the water department, and then he moved. He said, that's it. But here he is here today, so he hasn't given up on Philly, and we aren't giving up ever on you. Give them, the Grasso family, a round of applause. This community is a special community. And for those of you who have the privilege of calling it home, they are passionate always, one way or another, about the quality of life in this neighborhood. This is a good investment because of them. Because I tell you, my first experience with the East Falls community was with the proposed Trump casino. That was a baptism under fire. When you walk into a community meeting in East Falls and it's full of former managing directors and former city solicitors, governors, and mayors, you know you got a tough crowd. But they are a discerning crowd, and if they pick you, they chose wisely, and you are lucky for it. I want to tell you that I'm proud to represent you. I talk about these communities along the water, whether we talk about Manio, East Falls, Roxborough. They are special places. They are small towns in big inner cities. And they stay that way because of the activism of the residents who live there. This particular spot, what a difference a week makes. Because a week ago, we wouldn't have this. That water, Mother Nature, is undefeated. So we have to have smart development, and we have to think where we build things, what the elevation is, so that we can withstand her wrath. And when we come together, we have these tough meetings where we ask the tough questions and we get the right answers. Today happens, where everybody is happy, where everybody is satisfied, and where we will welcome new residents into the East Falls community. Now I'm gonna tell them now, it takes 20 years to be a Falls. And they count every day that you're here. And they said, Councilman, you've been around 14 years now. 6 years maybe, we'll put you up for a vote to be a true Falls. But I want to say that there are many communities in Philadelphia. I'm thinking in my head, that's why I'm hesitating. There is none like East Falls. You walk across the street and you are able to have recreation. You walk up the way, you're in Manio on Ridge Ave, you have options, and therefore the quality of life is great. I'm going to end with, I'm going to show my age. When the Rivage was here, I actually partied in the Rivage. Back then I could dance a little bit, and I had a wonderful time, and I remembered how wonderful it was as a space then, and how so much I look forward to the pool. And, you know, when he was giving me the lowdown on what's going to be the amenities, he said we're going to get a grocery store here, we'll have poolside plazas that overlook the river. I said, I'm in. The rest he was saying was rah, 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 rah. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful to be partners with you. I'm grateful that other than the land, there was no city money in, so just the land. And so those subsidized dollars can go to other more impacted projects. So thank you. And let's flip some dirt.